Hello there, my friends. Welcome to the Glow Up Method. This is the place where we talk all things personal transformation, personal growth, defining who we are in this pursuit to live a life that makes you proud. Hello there, my name is Natasha, and I am freshly out of a nap. It is 5:51 on a Wednesday afternoon, and in my normal day-to-day life, I am off in the gym, and right now, probably mid doing some crazy bar activity in which I am in a plank or in a lunge with some weights. And here I am living my recovery life where, it's eat a little, nap a little, push yourself a little bit more. Today, though, let me tell you, oh my goodness, let me get the sleepies out of my eyes. I finally have been working on this project mentally since 2019. And then more so like in different phases throughout this, pretty aggressively in 2023, kind of let it drop off in 2024 and picked it back up at the end of 2024 and 2025. I've been patiently waiting. And so today I met with the team and we kind of did some visualization, some planning, some things. So we have taken action, like actionable action. And let me tell you, it felt good. Now, many things still happened when nothing happened at all, right? Again, we were talking about this yesterday, how progress isn't always measurable. It's not always seen, and especially on the day-to-day. But if you look at things in a beginning to where you are now, you'll see how much progress is made. And you're like, oh, wait, actually, yeah, I did this. And oh, wait, actually, I did that. And oh, wait, yes, actually, I did that. So having that realization makes you realize that no, you are doing everything on your own speed and time. This took a lot of patience. There are so many other options that maybe would have been more beneficial for me financially. Maybe it would have been, I don't know. We didn't go down those roads, but this is exactly the road I'm meant to be on. And even though we're at the beginning, very, very beginning stages, I almost can see the end. Like I see a plan. Although I don't see plans yet, I do see a plan, and it feels like I felt on top of the world. I felt so excited to have that beautiful knowledge of knowing that there is a plan and action is being done. So many times I ran from this project because I was emotionally involved. It is related to the passing of my uncle and my aunt, and it's hard. In any time and day, I'd rather those people be here with me versus dealing with the aftermath of them gone. But I have to remind myself when I work on this project, they are here. They are a part of it. They are a part of the stories, and they are definitely a part of the why. And it makes me really proud, especially since everything that has happened as of recently, and I have felt their energy even stronger. I don't know if I had mentioned this, but like as I was recovering, I was on the 9th floor. That's my lucky number. And outside the 9th floor window, which there's like, I don't even know. Sometimes it says 9th floor, but there's still like more floors than 9th. I don't know. Let's just say we're at the 9th floor. And there was this hawk. And I have always said here, the hawks remind me of my uncle. Like, whatever reason, right after he passed away, there was like a baby hawk, like struggling to catch its wings and figuring out how to fly. And over time, I know it's not the same hawk, but in my mind, it feels like it is. I watched that hawk grow up, and now he just soars around. And sometimes I'll be on a walk or on a drive, and I'll look up and he's there. And as I was recovering, I would often, because I had a beautiful view of the hillside, which was ultra peaceful, I would sit at the edge of the bed and I would just look out to the hills, or not the edge, but the side of the bed, and look at the hills. And the nurses would always laugh. They're like, why is your bed so high? And they'd want to come in and move. And I'm like, it's so I get a better view. And they're like, oh, okay. So I would look at the hills And this hawk would come by every day, and he'd come soaring through, just letting his presence be known. And so I felt like today, and especially all these days that I have been in recovery, that I feel the presence of my uncle and my aunt with me. And I know that, this is my dream. This is me doing something that makes them proud. And in the process, I get the pleasure of allowing their legacy to live on. And I love that. Like, I just love them being a part of something, that a project that I'm working on, and having that reminder that I'm not alone and they're with me gives me this fuel, this why, this source of energy to do this. I ended up today standing for like an hour and a half because we were walking around the stuff and standing, and that was a big challenge for me because it's like a 30-minute drive plus a 30 there, then a standing for an hour and a half, then another 30-minute drive. So I have been pooped to party. Like, and it's so funny the things that my body is like naturally craving. Like, I'll be driving home and I'm like, PBJ, like, I just must need some protein right now. Like, I will suddenly like be like, I want this. And then the sweetest thing, my son's girlfriend delivered me delicious cookies and chocolate covered strawberries today. Had them delivered because she's on the other side of the country. And it was such a treat to fill my soul from the inside out. And I loved them. And she knows I love my sweet. So my sweet Sophie, thank you so much. I loved that. And thank you, Edible Arrangements. It looked beautifully. And yeah, so I am just very, very grateful for everything. And I'm very much in this process of listening to my body. The mornings are great. I am ready to rear. I am like a cat. I swear I don't have cats, but this is why I feel like a cat. Like, I'm ready to go in the morning. Like, I got through paperwork. I reorganized my binder for this project. Like, I have a briefcase, which is like a Lululemon bag filled with a bunch of papers, but I jokingly call it my briefcase. I got through a bunch of things. I had to do some tax stuff. I got that done, all like in the quiet of the morning. Then I left him, got dressed. Those things take a lot longer now. It's not, think about it. You guys just gotta throw on some clothes, not me. It's a whole slow process. But I do it, and I get through it. I'm proud of my progress and not having to depend on anyone, figuring out how to get my shoes on and off myself. Huge accomplishment. I was able to, even on the way home, I felt so overzealous because I have been depending on Chris for so much. Like, I feel like he walks in and I'm like, get this, because like all day I wait. Like, for example, I dropped nail polish and my massage oil on the ground, and I'm not using either, but I dropped them on the ground and I can't pick them up. Like, they're round bottles. And so I'm pretty dexterous with my, my toes. I can pick up some things with my feet, but like those some shape things I cannot, or things that are too heavy and things. So I've got few things that have fallen, that are around, like little landmines. Like, can somebody help me pick this up when I see them? And then, yeah, so it's interesting, but I've got, this paperwork over here that has blown up. But after coming back home, I was like, I'm exhausted. And then I still needed to pick up my son from school. So I took a little rest, picked up my son from school, came back home, took another rest. And now I feel like I am energized for the rest of the weekend. Now I felt like a whole week in one day, the rest of the thing. So I say this as a reminder. When we are on our journey, when we are working through our processes, we are different each day. We are born and reborn every time we wake up. And what we were able to do before may not be where you're able to do now. Don't push yourself. Don't be discouraged that, I can't pick these things up. Just know that that's part of the journey that you're at today, and rely on your resources or your creativity to find a way. I mean, there's times I've gotten hangers. I mean, the amount of creativity I have come up with, I have made myself chuckle. I have these dreams, right? And they're really freaking painful and bothersome, and just overall don't like them. And I try not to think about them sometimes because I'm like, I'm not going to give you energy. And I try to be like, okay, well, I do love that you are part of my reduction of swelling process and you are clearing out all the cells I no longer need. Like, I try to get all, that on it, when I try to reframe my mentality, but they hurt and my skin is trying to close up over it and my chair wants to beep and make noises. And so I saw like this is what I'm talking about, sharing of knowledge. I was on a Facebook forum and some lady was like, this is what I did, and showed a picture of her wearing a lanyard and had them clipped to that. And I was like, genius, let me try this, because like my showers are really hard because I'm trying to balance holding these, sit, it's wet, it's slippery, and I'm like, oh my gosh, and it's at the end of the day and I am pooped and I don't have a lot of patience. So last night I tried it and I was like, hallelujah. I'm like, where have these been for the last 2 weeks of my life? It was like heaven. Never would think a lanyard would make someone so happy. Almost brought me to tears. Yeah, so it's just all about embracing where you are. It's about sharing knowledge, right? Like, people saying, here's what's worked for me, or here's what didn't work for me. Doesn't mean you can or can't try it. And it may or may not work for you. Our like dreams are all different lengths and stuff. If theirs are longer, like one of my lanyards was choking me out. I was like, okay, no, that's not going to work. I medicines. But yeah, so that is where we are today. It's all about embracing where you are today and accepting it, and know that it may come with challenges, but if you look at those challenges creatively and you use your resources or resources around you, you may find a better solution that doesn't alleviate the challenge completely, but may offer some sort of assistance. So I'm super, super grateful for that. I'm super grateful today for meeting with my team. I felt so empowered. There were 2 women and 2 men in there, and we just felt, I just felt like we all clicked in there. And so I was so happy for that. I am ecstatic, and I didn't have time to fully listen to this, but like there was this other class that I was signed up for. I always sign up for these like free webinar things, free things like that. And oftentimes they want you to like, okay, now that you've listened to the free stuff, sign up for the bigger program. And sometimes I have in the past, but as of lately, I'm just using whatever details and information, even if it's just little nuggets, to then run with. And resources financially are limited. I don't have $3,000 to invest on that, nor do I have the time to invest in that type of program. I'm already working a few different programs as it is right now, but I love knowledge. I love gaining and learning new things. And if I can listen to one podcast, one course, one thing, something like that, especially at the price point of free, and I learn something, or it sparks something within me, in my heart, that resonates with me, that's what it's all about. Like, this life that we're living here, it's about our stories and creatively sharing and having the courage to share our talents and our gifts with the world, and in sense help somebody else, right? And so I was really excited about that. I'm actually going to rewatch it because I didn't get to watch the whole thing on it. And I think that this healing experience is so humbling. When I hear the music, like, it's funny because I become Superwoman. I was like, this morning when I was driving to my project site, I was like, you know what? I can go tomorrow. I can go to dance class, and I can just sit in the lobby and I can just hear the energy and the music and feel like so great just from that. And I really thought about it. And then after seeing how knackered I got today from just standing for a few hours, I'm like, okay, maybe we'll give it another week. Like, just slow your roll, continue to get your work and paperwork done here before we're trying to get right back into the old you. There is parts of this process that not only was a releasing of physical, but there is also a release of mental, emotional and spiritual stuff I have. So getting rid of all the paperwork, getting rid of the to-dos that are lingering over me is going to allow me more space to hopefully not fill in with more things that now become part of my to-do list, but more space for peace, more space for me to take time and, in a sense, in this realm, go back to the meadow where I was, that it was filled with peace, love, and laughter. That's what I love. That's what I thrive on. And to be able to take more time instead of rushing from one thing to another and another, and always feeling like I'm on a treadmill and not getting necessarily somewhere, is such a gift. So I am so grateful for that opportunity to have been trusted by whatever universe or spirits or whatever it is out there, to trust me with that glimpse of that, to allow me this place where I can share that experience with you guys, you all, and have that place as a sacred place for me when I'm in the middle of chaos or in the middle of pain, that I can close my eyes and I can go back to this spot. It's frozen into my brain as much as, you know, my bedroom is. I could see even more so, like, because I was so immersed in this, having a place of peace. And so I really want a place of peace with my work, with my relationships, with my career, with my future, with my friends. I think operating in there just in a more intentional way, that is what makes me proud. So using this time to reflect, and I know it's so easy to just go back to what I know, and I know I'll have fun and I'll smile and my friends will be so glad to see me and I'll be so glad to see them. But I think everything has a time and place, and I'm not quite there yet. And even with a weakened immune system, going in a place that people could be sick and things like that, like, I should just steer the course, be patient, and know that when I come back, it's going to taste even sweeter in its time. So don't rush yourself in whatever decision making you're making and whatever healing journey you're on. It could be a physical one, could be a mental one, could be an emotional, could be a spiritual. Whatever your journey is and wherever it is, honor where you are right now. And I know sometimes it's hard, especially like when you're like in pain or upset, like, or mad, like, it's really hard to just sit with it, but it does pass. It does pass. I promise you, it will pass. And if you take the time to sit with it and really understand what is happening, you will have the opportunity to learn from that lesson and that experience. So to say all of this to say, please, 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 if there's nothing else you do today, please take a minute and go into a mirror, go pull down your visor, go flip your phone around, whatever it is you gotta do. Give yourself a big smile and give yourself a compliment. Today, I'm gonna give myself a compliment and saying, I am so proud of myself for having the determination to stay patient on a project that has taken a really long time, and doing my part of honoring the legacy of my auntie and uncle that is so beautiful and Ohana-like. And then secondly, I would love for you to give somebody else a compliment and give them a huge smile, and just watch how your energy is a part of their glow up. It is so beautiful. I promise you, try it. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Bye.